Hello all, welcome to I Love Ruby. So today we are going to talk about functions. So that's it, right? So we are going to talk about this one. So what are functions? Okay, I'm a foodie. So let me tell you analogous to food or something like that. Okay, so there is a dish called puri in India. It's famous in, I think it's a North Indian dish, but it's famous in my region, Tamil Nadu, right? So what they do is they take a dough and they roll it into round things and flat round things and they fry it in oil. Okay, so it just puffs up like this one, right? So I'll show you more images. So really tasty, unimaginably tasty, and all those things. So it just puffs up, becomes crisp, and all those stuff. The outer will be crisp, but inside will be soft and also all those stuff, right? Okay, so it is void and it's what to say, puffed up, crispy outside, soft inside, and it's been served with potato. Okay, so potato masala. Okay, so this is the thing. So let's say like you go to a hotel and ask for a puri. Okay, so what you're doing this like you're just triggering a function, right? So that's what you're just doing. So you're just triggering a function, and what happens is all you just did was say that I want puri, a set of puri. Okay, so that's the thing. A set means a plate in India and Tamil Nadu. So that's the thing. So now, since you have initiated this function or procedure, the waiter goes to the cook and says that make a set of puri. Okay, so and then the waiter waits. Okay, he might be doing some other orders, but yeah, he just waits for your order. He just has it in his back of his head. So you trigger this function. So the waiter goes and says this to the chef. The chef makes puri and he serves with this potato masala and all those stuff. Okay, and he gives back to the waiter. The waiter comes back and gives it to you. Okay, and ultimately, yeah, the function also involves you paying bill. Okay, so that's the sad part. Okay, so but yeah, look, you triggered a function. I want puri. The waiter triggers another function, like telling the cook that make a puri, and then the waiter brings it to you. So look, it requires complex procedure. It also goes up to the farmer. If you just think a lot, it goes up to the farmer producing wheat, producing potato. Possibly, if your plate comes with a lining of banana leaf, yeah, some farmer will be producing banana leaf and all those stuff. Okay, so there is a lot of things going on, but you just encapsulate everything by saying just, I want a set of puri. So just imagine like how many things are happening behind and how easy are you able to make those things happen by just saying these few words. I want a set of puri. That's it. So that is the power of functions. So you can encapsulate a lot of code and you can encapsulate a lot of complexity, and yeah, that's what function is. And you can also pass some arguments. Say like, okay, you're not content with one cup of this potato masala. You can say like, I want two potato masala, 2 cups of potato masala. Or you can say like, it's just enough. I just have two puris and rather than three puris in a set. Okay, so these are all like kind of arguments that's you just pass to the waiter and who records it and who takes it down, and depending on that your output will also vary, like the kind of puri set you get, it will also vary. It could be a parcel, that is like take home, we call it as parcel here. So that's what function is. So I think over here also I would have put something analogous to foot, but now yeah, let's see about this program like function.rb and let's dive in, right? Right. Function.rb. Yeah, now it's all in color and all those things. Okay, so let me execute it. Ruby. Okay. It just says, okay, it just prints a line and it just says like this program prints lines. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So now you just look, okay, forget about this one, right? So if you first call this print line and this line gets printed, right? This line gets printed. And next, of course, this program prints line and that gets printed over here, right? And once again, you're doing this print line. Okay, so the thing is, you are hiding the complexity of printing the line over here. So it's better to write a program like this one, like leaving proper spaces. Okay. When I wrote this book, I almost never knew about Ruby. So I would have done a lot of silly mistakes. Yeah, I need to correct it and all this stuff, right? So that's the thing, right? So this is the thing. So I'm just encapsulating something that's not readable or a bit complex or something. You can't say it's complex or something like that, but yeah, it's print line is far more easier to read than put as this thing like underscore start 20. That's the thing. So you're just making it more readable, okay? And possibly you can have like mini statements. Possibly you can even have hundreds of statements. But yeah, you're just putting a very simple thing called print line, and it just prints print line. So that's how functions work. You just define a function. So you start with a keyword called def, then the function name, then all the methods that needs to be done. Okay, all the stuff needs to be done goes over here, and then you just put an end over here. This end means okay, yeah, the function ends over here. So a def followed by the function name, and then the steps to do when the function has been called, and then you just put end. Okay, so that's how it just goes. Okay, and to call a function, just type that function. That's it. So it just prints. Okay, so that's how functions work. So now it is very simple because you're just a learner. You are very simple. But if you are doing professional programming, functions can become complex. So complex that uh, people in IT companies even fight over it. Okay, so that's the thing, right? Okay. So now what I'm just doing is like let me put another thing like another program. I said about passing arguments, right? Like asking more potato for puri and something like that, or changing the number of puris in your plate or something like that. So let me do something like that. Okay, so passing an argument, right? So I'm just putting this program, right? Function one dot argument, right? Okay. 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 So okay, it's better to write it like this, right? Okay, so that's the thing. And okay, now what let me execute it. Ruby something a beautiful like graph, like something like a histogram or something like that. Okay, right. Of course, this is not a histogram. This is totally manually generated. Histogram is actually generated data. But anyway, like that's how it is. But yeah, it's better to write programs like this one, like putting proper spaces and all this stuff. Okay, so this is actually function with argument. Okay, so right. So what happens over here is let's look at this one. Like 10 okay, like 10 step 50 to comma 10. Okay, so first it start with 10, goes up to 50, and it what to say goes in steps of 10. So it will become like this. X will become like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? Now we are calling this print line and we are passing this thing X as argument. So the first argument, first thing, it'll during the first iteration, it will get passed 10. Okay. So this 10 that has been passed to X over here, right, will come to this length. Okay. So first it will be like, okay, put as underscore star 10. Okay, the next iteration, so you'll get this one, so this will get printed, so 10 underscores will get printed. The next iteration, it will become like, okay, this is steps of 10, right? So next iteration, X will become 20, so print line 20. So over here the length will become 20 and you'll get line of 20 and all those stuff. Similarly, it will go till 50. Okay, now what I'm just doing over here is 40 step 10, that is from 40 you just come to 10 in steps of minus 10, so you just come backwards. That's what I'm just saying. So it will become like a print line of 40, so you will get this one printed. Okay, next print line of 30, this will get printed, and print line of 20, this will get printed, and print line of 10, so this will get printed. So this is how this one works. The main thing you need to take is arguments. So here you're passing this X as an argument. This gets copied to length, and you can use this length for anything inside a function. So this is function with arguments. Okay, so that's the thing, right? And you have a thing called default argument. Okay, so let me copy this and right. Default argument, right? Okay, right. Okay, fine. Okay, this is default argument. Okay, so let me explain this. Okay, so first let me execute it. Default argument. Okay, so it does something. Okay, so the first thing what it is doing is, okay, you do have an argument over here. Okay, right? But the thing is, like, it is set to 20. Okay, so if you call this print line, even though you're not providing any argument, this length will become by 20 default, and it will print a line of underscores of 20 characters long over here, right? But you can vary it. Okay, so you can put like print line 40. That means it will print underscore of 40 characters long. Okay, so that's how it just goes, and yeah, that's default argument, right? So right. So next you need to know about like passing arrays to functions. So and returning values, and what more is there? Okay, we will do till returning values. Okay, and then keyword, recursion, variable number of arguments. Okay, okay, yeah. The next three things uh, we will do later. Okay, and I've also put like write about functional programming over here. So yeah, I need to write something. But yeah, let us see, like in Ruby 3, whether this thing, what to say, comes out or not. I'm not sure because I'm totally unpredictable. Okay, so there is a thing you need to do, like passing arrays to function. Okay, so like you need to remember one thing when you pass arrays and other objects and all those stuff, right? So let us put this array pass to function, right? Okay, right. Okay, right. So you are okay, like what to say, putting a function like this, okay, and what to say, like I'm just putting it like, okay, okay, sorry, I just lost my explanation. Let me just first run it. Okay, array pass to function. Okay, right. Okay, so now let me just explain what happened. Okay, so first we have got the sum array. So it has got 5 elements, like 1 to 5, right? Now we are just printing it just for our reference. So we just get it over here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm just passing to array to this function called array changer. Okay, sum array or something like that. Okay, so and so over here, what I'm just doing is like the sum array gets copied into this variable array, and I'm appending 6 to this array. If you think this and this are totally different, when you pass an array, you're wrong. Okay, so imagine like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets stored in some location in computer. Okay? This location address gets passed to this array. Okay, so it is like just like saying like, okay, the sum array just holds the address. Like let's say you have a house and you just say to somebody like, okay, this is my house address. Okay, and that guy just goes and okay puts extra furniture into your house. So this is the address of the house. Imagine like a extra furniture has been added to the house. Okay, so finally that house, if you just print about the house, that house will have extra furniture. But over here, like, yeah, this array has an extra element, so that's what happens over here, right? You can do also something like this. Okay, so without an array, like, okay, like let us let me put another thing called, okay, like file save as, okay, pass changing variable in function, right? I'll just okay, so okay, let me just take this out. Okay, right, I'll just put it like, okay, variable changer. Okay, so now we have got some variable. Okay, let it be x or something like that, right? and we'll just increment x by 1. X is equal to x plus 1. Okay, so theoretically, okay, like, so what you'll be thinking is, okay, like, okay, so let's have a number, right? Number. So, and number is equal to, let's say, 42 or something like that. Okay. And then variable change number, right? variable, okay, variable change a number. And over here, like, okay, like before that, let us print a number, right? And after that, print a number. So the number will be 42 over here, and it should be 43 over here. That's what you should be thinking now. So, but let me run it. Okay, like function, okay, changing variable in function. Okay. CHE, oh god, I've made a lot of spellings. CHE, changing. Okay, right. Okay, variable in function. Okay, I've made a lot of mistakes. Okay, spelling mistakes. Okay, right. Okay, but to your surprise, it still stays 42, right? So, look, there is two ways of, okay, like, array pass to function. Okay, so there are two things you need to know. One is like pass by value, another one is pass by reference. Okay, so let me tell you what it is. So over here, when you're passing this number over here, the number just gets copied to x. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So it is a total copy, like saying like, okay, the value 42 is being copied, and x in fact doesn't point the same location where this number is being stored. It is a totally new location. So that in that new location, what to say, 42 is being added to 1, it will become 43, and it will be stored in that new location. Okay, but the number still points to that old location. Okay, where the initial 42 is there, that is over here. So over here the x gets changed but not the number. This is called as pass by reference. Okay, so that's the thing. So nothing happens, but over here it's like giving the address, like you're just giving the address of this array over here, and since the address is there, it goes to that address and it just appends a value. So it is just like having like two visiting cards, and two people are acting on that house. Like let's say a painter is changing something, a plumber is changing something, so the house property gets changed. Okay, so that's the thing. Like so that is this is actually called as pass by reference. Okay, so that is like sending address is called as pass by reference, and this one is called as passing by value. Passing by value is like writing 42 on a chit and giving to two people, like two mathematicians. Okay, if they or like putting 42 pebbles in a box and giving it to one person, and that person also puts, okay, and giving it to two persons, like, okay, one box contains 42 pebbles, another box also contains 42 pebbles. Okay, and that's the thing, like you have a box of 42 pebbles, another person also has a box of 42 pebbles. Okay, so like this is, and what to say, like you're just giving a full copy to him. Okay, and if he adds one more pebble to his box, it's his box, nothing happens. Okay, so nothing happens to your box because your box still has 42 pebbles in it. Okay, so that's the thing. So that is called as pass by value, and giving address, that is like passing actually address, is called as pass by reference. Okay, so you need to remember this one in function. So that's the thing. Why, you might ask? Okay, like why, you might ask, that's because like array could be lot, like they could be 10,000 values, they could be numbers, string, you can even have like complex objects which you will define in the future, like in this video you will see, right? So moving these arrays or copying these arrays and having very possibly, if it becomes very huge, and copying these arrays and having it in multiple locations will become very very inefficient. Okay, it will consume a lot of memory and all those stuff. So by default, okay, whenever array or complex objects are being passed, we always have this pass by reference. Technically it's called as pass by reference, that is you're just only giving the address. Okay, and but if you're having like simple data types. Okay, so like number, string, it'll be passed by value. Okay, so that is, it'll just make a copy and give it. Okay, so that's the thing. So I think, yeah, this is functions. You learned about argument, and you also learned about this thing like, okay, like passed by value, passed by reference. I think it's a bit high. Okay, that's what I just think. So think about it. In the next video, we'll have like returning values. Okay, so that's the thing. And possibly if I can write about this one, possibly next video we can also have it. And that's the thing. So anyway, thanks for watching. Let's see in next video.